They'll never take me alive. I'm getting high with my 4-5. Cops only suffer from a die. Even as a youngster, causing ruckus on the back of the bus. I was a fool all through high school, kicking up dust. But now I'm labeled as a troublemaker. Who can you blame? Smoking weed up, we take away the pain. So I'm hopeless, rolling down the freeway, swerving. Don't worry, I'm about to crash upon the curb. Cause my business bloody, baby. If they try to understand me, what should I do? I had to feed my fucking family. What else could I do? Or be a thug? I'm slanging with the homies, fuck hanging with them phonies in the club. Got my mind on danger. Never been a stranger to homicide. My city's full of gangbangers and drive-bys. Why do we die at an early age? He was so young, but still a victim of the 12 gauge. I'm memories of a corpse, mind full of sick thoughts, and I ain't going back to court. So fuck what you thought. I'm drinking Hennessy, running from my enemies. When I live a beat 23, there's so much pain.
Welcome, everyone. How is everyone this evening? I hope everyone's had a blessed Wednesday for sure. Hey, Grandma. Full house tonight. Hey, Joseph. Good to see you. Kimberly, hey. Good to see you. Hey, Island Girl. Hey, Maga. And everyone that's on YouTube, everyone that is on X, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Can you please like, share, and follow? I'd appreciate that if you don't mind. We got a bunch of little different things here and there we're going to talk about. I'll show you some videos. I've been trying to see what the heck's been going on in this country. My gosh, it is mad. It is a madhouse, y'all. This clown world for freaking sure. Well, this just happened. A pro-Palestinian protester stormed a Democrat after-party event following Kamala Harris's campaign, setting off smoke bombs and an outdoor restaurant, leading to mass arrest.
Spoke to Lance Phillips about the court's rules.
Damn it.
Spoke to Lance Phillips about...
Well, damn, where'd it go? Hang on, guys. Technical difficulties. Oh, it didn't load. There we go. We'll get it loaded. Well, how is everybody while that's loading? You guys good? Hey, we always got to have technical difficulties. Wouldn't be a show without it. There we go. It's going to take a second for this because it's pretty interesting. You come here easier to see me. That's your ex. I sent it to you in the chat over on Telegram. I sent it to you. We'll go with this one when that one's loading. This is a very old video when monkeypox apparently was a problem way back when. Now listen to what everybody's going to know who this is.
We do have seen now 2 cases that have occurred in children. Both of those children are traced back to individuals who come from the men who have sex with men community, the gay men community. And so when we have seen those cases in children, they have generally been what I call adjacent to the community most at risk.
This just reminds me of the 80s when they came out and was talking about AIDS and going, I lost a brother to AIDS in the 80s. So this is just, it's like repeating itself, and you're going to see why in a minute. So now, the World Health Organization has issued a world emergency order for monkeypox. And they've also added the Black Plague to it. But because of Africa, they're saying that's why they have to do this. Now, I'm waiting for this so close to election season. They have every plan in place to prevent this election. Okay, here we have this going on to where now they're saying and they're attacking. I see it as an attack on gay men is what I see. And this is something they do quite frequently. They will be all for you. They will be all inclusive. They will push your narrative and then they'll turn around and they will attack you. So see now, this is recent. This video is recent.
An Italian man is believed to be the first patient diagnosed with monkeypox, COVID-19, and HIV all at the same time. Previously, it was not believed that monkeypox and COVID infections could happen simultaneously, but the man tested positive for COVID last month after returning from a trip to Spain. Well, he then went to a hospital seeking treatment for a rash, which turned out to be monkeypox. He was treated for both of those viruses and sent home to isolate. He was also placed on a combination antiretroviral therapy that he will need to take for life because of the HIV.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content.
So now this is a newer one. So you see they're pushing the same rhetoric bullshit. The same situation, same crap. And now they're going to attack the LGBTQ plus community. You just wait. This is just the beginning. They set you up, make you trust them, and then they pull the rug right out from underneath you and they sting the shit out of you. And that is what they're doing. Is exactly what they're doing. Well, yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. They have to have from the COVID shots or whatever. Oh yeah, they already are. Yeah, it is election time. Very much. Fear mongering, false flag events, lies. Hey Lee, how are you tonight? Good to see you, my friend. Everyone needs to go follow Lee. He is awesome. But yeah, this is the same rhetoric crap that they have done for years. The 80s, 90s, 2000s. Now we're in 2024 and they're doing it again. They're going to push it and keep pushing it as much as they can, as hard as they can. It is election season. So they will have plan after plan. Period. That's their game plan. That's the game plan. Period. And then here we've got where it's a possibility Trump found guilty. But really, what was his crime? Andrew McCarthy prepares for Judge Juan Merchan to sentence Trump to prison. Trump on September 18th, 2 months before the election. I read this article, and Merchan actually was asked again to recuse himself, and of course, he denied that. He denied that proposal in that order, and he's going to stick it out and stay in. He is so determined that he is going to sentence Trump. That is his main goal. Period. Island Girl says yes, it is. Instilling of election by Omar proves the same shit, different cycle. Yeah, that was crazy. Very crazy. Okay, I think the video loaded now, guys. We can watch it. Yeah. Okay, this is where the pro-Palestinian protesters stormed a Democratic after-party event following Kamala Harris's campaign, setting off smoke bombs and an outdoor restaurant leading to mass arrest.
In Gaza, they're British border! How dare you!
Okay, you guys get the gist of that. I'm not going to sit there and listen to that pounding. Um, but yeah, a lot of arrests took place, so they decided to protest the after party or at a restaurant. It's crazy, y'all. It's freaking nuts. I mean, where are we at, people? What? Where the heck are we at? This is you can't help but laugh about it at times because if you didn't, you would go completely insane. You absolutely would go freaking insane. Oh, I know. There's been so much going on in Gaza. They are this one woman TikToker, I won't show the video because I won't disrespect her that way. But they literally ripped her down off the side. Hundreds of men raped her repeatedly, ripped her clothes off, beat her. It was horrible, horrible. I just can't believe it. In other news, let's catch up on a little bit of this and that you may not know. Montana Supreme Court ruled that minors do not need parents' permissions to get abortions in that state. Minors don't need permission. What is up with the states with an M? Missouri, Montana, Minnesota. What is up with this? They nut jobs. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. met with Democrat nominee Kamala Harris last week to discuss serving in her administration, possibly as a cabinet secretary, if he supports her campaign to win. So now Kamala's trying to bribe him. Not only did she bribe voters and get paid, which that's election interference, and now she is trying to say that wasn't really what went on. And I mean, they even talk about it on the news. It is crazy.
Axios reporting the campaign is giving real news articles a pro-Kamala Harris spin and then using them in Google ads. Martha McCallum's been looking at this, and she joins us now. Good morning to you. Welcome back.
Good morning, Bill.
To see you.
Great to see you.
Get ready for Chicago, all right?
Here we go.
Save that for a moment here. So the trick was we'll make it like an ad, and we'll reframe the headline so that when you're searching, maybe you see the spot and you read the headline, but maybe you don't understand that it's actually sponsored by the campaign. Show it, guys. Here we go. So this involved what? They cited CNN, NPR, Reuters, Associated Press, The Guardian a lot. And you would see this as you were going through your internet search. And, well, that's cheating.
Wow, it is. You know, this is really, and I should also point out that Google says that there was a glitch in their system that meant that some of the sort of barriers that they try to put in to make it clear what this is weren't working. Oops. I wonder if it was true for other campaigns as well. We don't know that yet, but they say they're looking into that. But just as an example, so this is a Guardian headline. VP Harris fights abortion bans. Harris defends reproductive freedom. Well, those things are true. That's a, factual statement. That's something that she backs and supports. But then they have a description under the headline. So you know how there's a headline when you read a news story, then there's an under headline that you read in the news story. But it says this: VP Harris is a champion for reproductive freedom and will stop Trump's abortion bans. So the second line in what looks like a news story is actually a campaign slogan, a campaign statement. And, we all look at so much information, take in so many things so quickly throughout the day, right? This is very subtle, very manipulative. And in a moment when you also have a stepped up threat from Iran trying to get their bots into all of this and influence people in ways that are very subtle and difficult to figure out, this is something that I think requires a lot of diligence on the part of people who are looking for this information.
And Google says it's just what? They got one by the goalie here?
Yeah, Google says, well, there was a glitch. There's supposed to be more disclosure that this is an ad, a campaign ad, and they're going to work on it.
Okay, now you tell me, why is it if this happened with Trump, there wouldn't be no excuse, no possibility of even there being an excuse on his part that there was a glitch in the internet? No, they would have already hung, crucified him, nailed him to the cross, and have been done with it. But when it's Kamala Harris, she can lie, she can cheat, she can steal, she can be evil. She's evil, guys. She is evil. Those people that Trump talks about that are really bad people, she's one of them. You need to pay attention to her. But we had a reporter that went out on the streets and he asked what policies, or why are you voting for Kamala Harris? And what policies does she have that you vote for?
Today, we're trying to find out from the attendees what Kamala Harris's greatest accomplishment has been as VP.
I mean, honestly, I'm not too into politics. I'm just here for the vibe.
Becoming the first female vice president.
So becoming the VP is the best accomplishment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Being a good person.
Being a good person?
Yeah. She's. I don't know. She seems really good for women.
Harris is there with the energy. She has a lot of enthusiasm, so it's important to get behind her.
What is Kamala's top accomplishment, you think?
I can't say anything right now. Give me a second.
Her top contributions to policy or policy as VP.
I wasn't in on the policy making decisions with President Biden, so I don't know.
Her favorite policies. Oh my gosh. See, I wish they would tell us more about that because I honestly don't know. I know she's done some good work with immigration, even though they say opposite.
What do they say?
Well, what is it? She's the border czar.
She's the fake border czar.
It's her fault that all these immigrants are coming over, to cross the border right now, which I don't think they are.
People have been saying that Kamala is a border czar, or whatever that means. Is there an issue at the border? Has Kamala done anything about it? Or was there not anything to do about it, and so they're just kind of making things up?
So I don't think there's an issue with the border at all. Yeah, I feel like, yes, illegal immigrants are coming to America, but that's what America's all about, is to come to America and live that American dream, because America isn't just for the whites. It's not just for the blacks. It's not just for the Mexicans. No, it's for everyone around the world. We're supposed to be a country of letting people come in and do what they'd like. I mean, I understand that with they say the border crisis is causing all these drug issues and is causing crime, but in my opinion, there's crime everywhere. You can go to New York, you can go to Canada, you can go anywhere across the world, and there's going to be crime regardless.
Yeah, it's a total. They're blowing it way out of proportion, huh?
Oh, for sure.
Would you say there's a problem at the border at all?
So there is a problem at the border. I really would wish for her to go visit the border while she's here. I don't know what's on her schedule and whatnot. But I mean, there's work to do, and I can't dismiss that. There's problems to fix. But my personal wish would be for her to visit the border with the governor so they could see what's going on.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Are you kidding me? There are people out there that really are just numb to what is really going on. Identity politics. Let's vote for her. I liked her shirt, so that's going to take care of my country. That is going to lead my future generations of my kids, my grandkids, my great grandkids into the next future. That color of that shirt, that did it. That's what's going to get me there. Are you freaking kidding me? You guys are idiots. I swear to God, you are idiots. Are you serious? I tell you what, if you truly believe there's no problem at the border, walk your happy ass out there. Fly over there, whatever. Get over there and find out for yourself. Find out for yourself. Can you believe this, guys? Can you really believe this? Oh my God. Lee says, this is all coordination from the oligarchs, global elite, who use their money funneling organizations to pay off politicians who are puppets on a string, and the media is their shield of propaganda. Very well said. Very well said. It is so frustrating. I agree. They are globalists. They tell this media puppets the same line of garbage and brainwash the people. Operation Mockingbird. Yes, if you guys have not checked into it, check into Operation Mockingbird and Paperclip. Very informative. Very interesting. No, they have no critical thinking skills. Yeah, she wears nice shoes. Yeah, I liked how none of them had a policy. None of them had a policy. Is that where we're at today, people? Well, yeah, that's why we're in the position we're in today, because people voted because they didn't like Trump. They had so much hate in their heart and they believed the lies and the propaganda. That's why we're at today. And then we had JoJo running around and they are complicit. Who is running our country? Who is running our country? Can somebody please tell me who's running our country? That shouldn't even be a question. America is falling. We need Trump back in office. No, he's not God. No, he's not the person I worship. I worship my Heavenly Father. That's it. But God has used him for a vessel. God has got him in a position to show the people, look what's going on. Look how our country is. And I cannot believe there are people out there that are still okay with this. They are so freaking asleep. It is not even funny. I can't get past it. I'm like, I saw that video and I was like, what? This has got to be a satire. No, that was facts. This one is Dark Winter Girl. You know, Joseph, I was thinking about that today. I was thinking that this was going to be, you remember, everything is delayed when they talk about it. It's either a year and a half delayed, like the Hunter Biden situation, all of with Burisma. I did a story on every single bit of that that's come out today, 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago, I put all that information out, and now here we are today, and it's coming out today. I'm going to go find all of the information that I did 2.5 years ago, and I'm going to repost it because apparently we need a re-education about what's really been going on in our country. I think that would be a good idea. Hey, Christy, welcome in. You think Obama's running the country? Democrats only listen to what MSM. I believe it's more than Obama. I believe it's a collective with the elites. They have to have their plan in place. Other countries are foaming at the mouth right now because we are so weak and we do not have a leader. I'm surprised that they haven't attacked us yet, but they are bringing in sleepers over the border. I do believe that as well. And for them to think that there's nothing going on at the border, I don't understand that. I just can't wrap my head around that at all. Well, Ducey, I love Ducey. I love Ducey. He actually throws the questions out there that need to be, and then he puts his little spin on it, his little finesse up on top of it. But this is what he asked uh, Jean Pierre today.
When did you guys learn that Vice President Harris wants to distance herself from Bidenomics?
Why do you think that?
Axios is now reporting that she is hoping to distance herself from President Biden's unpopularity on the economy. Can you blame her?
Do you know this is the Biden-Harris administration? Are you aware that this is the Biden-Harris administration? And she is indeed the vice president.
But if the president's policies on the economy were working, or if they were popular, wouldn't he still be the candidate?
You literally just had the chair of the CEA here who laid out a pretty robust point by point about the economy and what has happened under the Biden-Harris administration. And I thought it was pretty convincing. Look, as far as anything that the vice president wants to do, or as she's talking about her policy that's campaign related, you would have to speak to her. One thing that I know for sure is that this president, this vice president are fighting very hard to make sure that the middle class is stronger. They wanted to make sure that we're working to cut taxes for the middle class, for working people, slashing cost for working families, as you have seen them do over and over again. This is something that we believe in. You heard Jared talk about announcements this week about lowering cost, and that is something that they believe in. And the contrast could not be more stark between, if anything, the contrast is between what Republicans want to do, MAGAnomics. You're talking about Bidenomics. MAGAnomics supercharge inflation. That's what they want to do. Raise taxes on the middle class by thousands of dollars. Send tax cuts through the roof. Protect corporate price gouging. Cut Social Security. Cost millions their health care. And heap tax giveaways on billionaires and big corporations. That's the division there. That's where there's really night and day. Night and day.
And their vote is your lies and your propaganda. And that is why you have liberals that think the way they do and act the way they do, because they just get spoon fed a bunch of bullshit all the time. And that is their way of doing things. Let me spoon it up for you and you eat it, and you eat it, just like taking their vote away. They took their vote away. But what kills me the most, they ask the questions that you would normally ask someone who is just running, okay? That's not in office. She's in freaking office, y'all. She's already in office. Have they forgotten that? That's why it's so ludicrous to me. She is Vice President Harris. Now, what do you think the Vice President will do for the country? She's running the country with the. I just don't know about these people anymore, y'all. I have no idea about them. I mean, it was said that she was in Afghanistan's meeting, right? Video of her saying, yes, I was in there with him at the very end of it. And when asked, did you agree with Afghanistan at that moment when it happened? Yes. Yes, I did. Well, today they decided to have a huge parade with what? With the $90 billion worth of equipment that they left behind. They're having a parade. They're throwing it back in the American people's face. Look what Biden left us. Look what he gave us. Look at all of the beautiful war equipment that he gave us. Well, didn't they say that they made it to where it wasn't usable? Didn't they say they broke everything? You couldn't fly any helicopters. You couldn't do none of that. Does it look like they're broke? Does it look like they're not running? Does it look like they're not working? I'm just asking for a friend. That's it. For a friend. Oh my God. God help us all. Yes, he did. I was thinking that too, Alan Girl. He left that in that position for a reason. For a reason. Absolutely. KJP rarely looks at the camera, and that's a sign that she's a flat out lying. You can tell by her body language. Absolutely. Yes, they are mocking America, laughing at us and letting us know that they're going to be part of it. Yeah, he did say everything was broken. Lee says Hillary left uranium in the Middle East, and then Biden leaves military equipment in the Middle East. This is coordinated. Absolutely. They have set it up. You're right, Lee. They have set it up for an all-out war. Because, see, they couldn't fight. They had no power behind them, but now they've got all these weapons, and God only knows what they've what they've actually sowed them that we don't know about. Period. There is no telling, truthfully. No telling at all, because there's so much going on, so much money being printed, so much everything all at one time, everything going on at one freaking time, and it is crazy. It is crazy. I think Kamala was drunk in this video.
Because when we think about the strength of our democracy, I think that there's a duality to the nature of democracy. When it's intact, it's so strong in terms of what it does to uphold and protect individual rights and freedoms. So strong in its nature. And it is very fragile. It will only be as strong as our willingness to fight for it.
Okay, you guys, did they cross your mind what I just saw? Y'all know when you go on TikTok and you see the women holding the cucumbers and they move their hands up and down, making it look like they're giving head to a cucumber? Every movement, watch. You will understand where I'm coming from. Somebody's going to make a meme of this. I know it as I ever know today. It's real. Watch her again. This is what they do on TikTok with the cucumbers. Just type it in on TikTok. Women with cucumbers. They hold the cucumbers, but they have to do motions with their hands, with their mouth when they do it. Watch.
Because when we think about the strength of our democracy, I think that there's a duality to the nature of democracy. When it's intact, it's so strong in terms of what it does to uphold and protect individual rights and freedoms. So strong in its nature. And it is very fragile. It will only be as strong as our willingness to fight for it.
Did you see what I saw? She is so full of shit. She is so full of shit. How can you stand up there and talk about democracy? It's so strong. Y'all didn't even give the Democrats a chance or an option to vote your ass in again if they wanted you there. You just simply said, here's the pie, eat the shit, and deal with it. Did you ask a vice president running? No, you didn't. You freaking controlled it. So you have no clue. You guys, she's tyrannical. And when they talk about Build Back Better, that means they want to tear down our constitutional republic. They want to tear down our freedoms, and they want to build it back to what their mindset is of their kind of better. And their kind of better is dangerous. It's communistic. That's what that means. Period. Just seen it going to get nightmares now. I'm sorry. She's vile. She is. The Democrat Party operates with three principles: Python, Leviathan, Jezebel. Same Democratic influence Elijah contended with policies with Ahab and Jezebel, hungry for power. You're right. I knew the Jezebel was in there, and I knew the Leviathan was in there. I did not think of Python. Thank you. I did not think of Python. They are of Satan. They booted Joe and stole the election, low class mode. Right, that's what I'm saying, Joe, that they've already started tearing it down. That's where we're at today and why we're doing it. We're not a democracy. Democracy is mob rule. We are a constitutional republic with laws. Exactly. I don't even know where they get this idea that it's a democracy. It's just ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Hey, Gravel. You can tell she pauses in between a complete sentence and she's wasted on some. Did you see her eyes? She is wasted. You guys need to get that video. It's on Telegram. Post it with the mostest. Just do what you got to do. You guys do your thing. I know you guys know what to do. I don't know if you guys have seen this ad, but there's a new ad out for Tim Walz. Yeah, there's a new ad out, and I agree.
Tim Walz wants to be a heartbeat away from Commander-in-Chief, but Tim Walz has lied about his military record for years.
He's used the rank that he never achieved in order to advance his political career.
Walz lied repeatedly about his rank.
Retired Command Sergeant Major. Retired Command Sergeant Major. Command Sergeant Major. Retired Command Sergeant Major.
Walz lied about being in combat.
Can make sure that those weapons of war that I carried in war,
Walz dodged deployment by retiring when he knew his National Guard unit was going to Iraq.
Everybody knew they were going to train and go to Iraq. The warning order basically stated it, and too much later after he knew it, that's when he retired.
Walz disparaged Minnesota National Guard soldiers.
Mayor said, I request the National Guard. We're going to have massively trained troops. No, you're going to have 19-year-olds who are cooks.
That same Minnesota National Guard that he disparaged, unlike Walz, served heroically in Iraq and Afghanistan. Tim Walz is not fit to be anywhere near the office of Commander-in-Chief. Tim Walz is guilty of stolen valor.
He abandoned us. What the hell kind of leader does that?
Because he's not a leader. He's not a leader, and you get so tired of having to tell people we got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to get the truth out there. Well, rest for the weary. This is good. Such a liar. Yeah, I approve that message. I approve that one. I approve that one. But Joe did make an appearance today. I don't know if it's Joe. I don't know if it's someone in a suit. I'll have no idea. But he made his little appearance today.
Yes. Yes. Shh, I'm not going to answer your question. I'm talking to them first, okay? The audience first, okay? Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, President. Thank you, President. Thank you, President. Thank you all.
Mr. President, has the U.S. beat inflation, Mr. President?
Yes. I told you we're going to have a soft landing. We're going to have a soft landing. My policies are working. Start right in that way, okay?
And Mr. President, did you know your...
Thank you so much. We got to move this way, Gabe.
Mr. President, did you know your son reached out to a U.S. ambassador about Burisma?
Thank you, Press. We're going this way. Thank you so much.
He is so out of it. He has no idea even where he is at. None. He has no idea. He was standing there scared to death like a deer in the headlights. And then, if he was listening, they were trying to get him off the stage to where he wasn't going to get asked any questions. Then he wanted to ask one specific one. We went through this retort bull crap since day one with his little note cards. And then you got, come on. It is so frustrating. It is so frustrating. What kind of leader has their people shot with paintballs, and what the hell kind of people accept those orders? To normal and talking normal, someone in a rubber mask. I believe that too, Joseph. I do believe that too. God is exposing the deepest demonic powers to all of us, and God is removing the scales from our eyes to see the truth. God is x-raying all their evil moves. I do agree with you, Lee, on that. I do. And it's going to be uncomfortable, but for the country to get back to where it needs to be, we're going to have to be uncomfortable, because being comfortable for so long and doing nothing and not seeing it has gotten us in this particular spot. And people have turned themselves away from God. They sure have. Period. I don't understand it. Was there a bomb threat? Was there a bomb threat at one of Trump's rallies today? I haven't been able to do any research on it. I do know that they said that there was a guy with a backpack wherever JD Vance was. That might be it. Remember, Trump said it had to be this way. Wake up. He did. Sometimes I forget all the things he said, but that's why we have you here, Lee, to remind us. Thank you. I appreciate it. But was there one? I know there was something that was said. JD was speaking at a rally or something, and there was a guy outside, and they were trying to say that he was a CIA operative with a backpack. Well, this guy, I found this video. I can't verify it. I can't at all, but I would like to show it.
What do you think about me being detained for a couple hours because they thought I was involved?
That happened?
Yeah. Bomb squad had me for about an hour. Then the ATF had me. Then they took me in to sit and talk to the FBI. ATF come back in and says, Mr. Evans, we're getting you out of here.
They thought you were the shooter.
No, they thought I had the bomb.
Did you have the bomb?
I don't know if they ever found a bomb.
Interesting response.
You'd be scared if you saw what's going on in my mind.
How come?
Because there's a lot of shit going on up there. I could fix everything.
Like in the country or mechanically?
Mechanically. I could fix a lot of shit and make things right again.
It's a pretty sweet bike.
A buddy of mine gave it to me a couple years ago and decided I'm going to ride it cross country.
Have you done it yet?
I'm on my journey now.
Oh, what?
Now I'm stalled here.
Where are you going?
Boise.
Oh, you're making it out to Idaho.
I gave myself 100 days. If we get out of here today, we're going to be at the convention tomorrow.
The Trump thing?
Yeah.
What do you think's better, Sheetz or Wawa?
Sheetz or Wawa? They both have great options.
Yep, so I think that's
Weird. Weird. So I don't know. I did see an article. I was trying to find the stuff about it, but I don't know where it went to, truthfully. But I don't know. It's just weird. But I don't know if they found him in Idaho or if they found him. I'll have to look it up. It started with a B, but it wasn't. It wasn't where he was at, where attempted assassination took place. I do know that. No, he's weird. He's very strange. Very, very strange. Um, Here's a young man that needs us to continuously put our voices out there for him. Urgent, our podcast co-host, Lance Phillips, who has been promoting, I can't see, the right to get accountability for those that have been railroaded and those that are criminals, has a jury trial for a victimist crime of speaking about the injustice in the commissioner's meeting. His sentence would be up to life imprisonment. He is in Tyler, Texas. He needs to show up we need to show up for him. Below, there's the hearing details. Who's coming with me? This was on X. August 20th to August 23rd at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Address is Country Court at Law, 100 North Broadway, Tyler, Texas, 75701. And he has been a very big voice for the elderly. And here is an actual video of what he did and what they did to him.
Spoke to Lance Phillips about the court's rules.
Parallel with the decorum of the court, where he was able to speak, but it has to be about one of the agenda items.
Lance had a written speech with him, but before his turn to speak during the public comment section, a woman who was in court with Lance brought up problems inside the county jail. When she starts addressing Sheriff Smith directly, Judge Franklin intervened, telling her she had to stick to the agenda.
Why did you take him off his meds a few weeks?
That's against state law.
They said she wasn't following the rules.
They're not allowed a fair trial.
She was removed from the podium. In the background, Phillips was yelling at the court.
All I said was, let her speak, let her speak.
That's when deputies tried to remove him.
Sat down from the pew on the floor with his back to the wall, and then he laid down and made the officers have to literally carry him out of the courtroom.
What would be out of decorum is Neil Franklin interrupting whenever someone was speaking about the issues that are going on.
Lance Phillips was arrested, booked, and charged with disrupting a meeting.
I want to get, I would love to free some innocent people from jail. I think that if that's what God has planned for this, let's get all the corruption from the top down.
Then adding he wanted to address major issues in the justice system.
This is the throwaway place. We just throw away all the mental illness. Brown and black people get thrown away a lot more than white people.
Sheriff Smith saying his behavior in court will not be tolerated.
But if he don't act like he is today, he's going to wear out the hinges on the door of the jail.
Yeah, until I can get what I've said to you on the record, I will be there. If they want.
Master, what do you mean for like that? He just stole my phone, Dad.
Breathe. We're not exactly what's going on. We're going to confirm the possibility of suspected warrants. If, listen to me, if by chance they're inaccurately disposed, we will let you go and we'll put you back in line. Not a problem.
Thank you.
Okay?
And would you do me a favor as a man to
listen to me.
Yes.
However,
yes.
If they are active,
yes,
you will be remained in cuffs.
Okay.
Be taken to the jail and processed.
Okay.
Is that simple?
Okay. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. You don't have to push on me. That's okay. I'm not running. I'm not doing anything.
I think you don't have to push on me.
All right. We're calm. We're cool. Hey, LeVar, as a man, will you please do me a favor? If this was your son in this situation where his had just paid $105,000, I called the sheriff. I went to the sheriff's department the day I got out of jail. Sir, I'm telling you the truth.
I don't know.
Please, write this phone number down.
Wait.
903-245.
No, like I said.
I just want someone to know where I'm at. Please, I want someone to know where I'm at. 903.
You're not going to play your case to me.
I'm not. I'm literally saying if you have children, treat me like one of those kids. I would treat me like you would your child. If one of your brothers in the uniform said, hey, I've got his kid.
No, we don't have the paperwork.
Okay, you're being detained.
Please call him and tell him I'm being detained.
We haven't yet.
I'm not worried about that yet.
I am, because I want someone to know where I'm at. I want to get my call. I want to do that. Right?
Okay.
You will get them.
Because are you going to
Well,
lose the
you're
paperwork?
telling me all this stuff I don't know.
Hey, go ahead and call, dispatch. Find out for sure.
Okay.
Who is that? Who is that?
None of your business.
It is my business, and I'm going to fool you all these calls, bro. I'm not running off.
We just got to call it confirm.
Bro, you already know. I'm putting your name down on the lawsuit too.
Hey, you do whatever you got to do. We just do it.
You say that, but then as soon as you get the paperwork, you're going to be really, really scared.
Why would I be scared?
Because whenever you
I'm
get
just
to
doing
work,
my job.
But you lose qualified immunity when you step outside of the...
It was very disruptive and interfered with the traffic stop. Very.
I'm actually just being a concerned citizen.
It would have been hard for me back in my day working the streets to not have put him in custody immediately.
Sheriff thinks, he says, if Derek would have screamed at me like he did those officers that ran in his house that don't work for Smith County anymore, that he would have arrested Derek immediately. Well, Sheriff's been screamed at in his face twice by me. And did he arrest me? No, he had his little deputies body hardening him, I guess, for nonviolent words.
Hey, Rail's back. What's up with my phone, dude? What's up with my phone?
They're taking it as evidence.
But they said that was your orders. What evidence? Evidence for what?
Evidence from whenever you ran out of the courtroom the other day.
There's a different phone, dude. I mean, you already have the...
If it's a different phone, then
So what, you'll give it back? You'll give it back? Straight back?
Once we download it, we'll get a reward from the judge to get it back to you.
How long does that take?
How long does it take to download it?
I just spent $400 on the phone. You guys still have my mom's phone over something that you're going to say, oh, we're holding a pending charge for 2 years, and then you're going to hold the phone over, hold it hostage for 2 years? I mean, you understand what I'm saying? My mom has not been charged, and they have her phone, and they never had a warrant. Or actually, they did have a warrant. They don't have a warrant for mine. I called up there. I was
They won't get into it unless
I was in your office on the day I got out of jail asking if there was a warrant for my phone. I was in your office the day, in y'all's lobby, the day I got out of jail. I left the Smith County Jail and walked to y'all's office, and he followed me around in the annex building while I filled out FOIA requests. Okay. So why?
Yeah, it just broke today. He is very well known of going to courts and using his constitutional rights here. But they want to give him life in prison. Life in prison. There's a lot more on this. There's a lot more on it. I haven't done a deep dive in it. It was brought to me right before the show. And I just wanted to get that out there with who he was and his name that way. Maybe he could get out again, Paxton. Maybe somebody. Because all he is doing like I'm doing right now. Doing like many people. You know, he's been speaking facts. He's been speaking the truth, and he wants his voice heard, and he's doing it peacefully. I mean, he sat down on the floor. He didn't disrupt. He didn't go on the other side. He didn't do anything. He sat down there, and he said one simple thing: "Why aren't you letting her speak?" And he's spoken many other times. This is mockery rule of law. British tyranny, exactly what Ulysses S. Grant did in 1871, turning our justice from a republic into a democracy of chaos and slavery, controlled opposition and dictatorship. Exactly. Yes, his name is Lance Phillips. You have to look him up. There are many videos posted, but he needs patriots to stand up for him. He needs the voices. He needs constitutional lawyers that are fighting. If you're a constitutional lawyer, go fight for Lance, because that is what you did all the studying for. You talk about people's rights, civil rights. You talk about people's rights. He has a First Amendment right. He has the right to speak here. I believe he has dual citizenship from the UK, but I believe they're coming after him because in the UK right now, I know somebody posted 3 memes online, and they're arresting him for, I don't know, many different, I think it's like they're looking at 8 years for posting 3 memes in the UK. Yeah, Lance Phillips, Tyler, Texas. That's who he is. He, smart young man, could do a lot and has done a lot, and that's the problem. He stands up for the truth and he stands up for the people. People he's never known and met, but they want to shut him up. And I can't fathom, if you're a police officer, why would you want to do that? I mean, why would you, our country has just gone berserk. But now the Canadian government has issued an advice warning to citizens to prepare for a hypothetical new virus that could lead to food and fuel disruptions. That was just released within the hours. So, and Fox News contributors are saying that Andrew McCarthy claims that Trump is expected to be jailed on September 18th. Y'all, it's freaking nuts. But here was a story I broke on Sunday that I put out, but it's now starting to make its rounds. If you guys remember, I was talking about it, that we had billions of Social Security numbers, addresses, phone numbers, you name it, of voters has been released. We have a wide open border. I was thinking about this. Not only for illegals to vote, what if it's for these bad people to know where we live, to know who we are? You know what I'm saying? Because if all this got released, where you work, everything. This is scary.
Information collected in the breach includes, but is not limited to, legal names, 30 years of address history, family information, and even social security numbers, some taken from people who have been dead for at least 20 years. That information was posted on the dark web on April 8th, and at this point there have been no official notification made to the affected parties.
So they use a lot of anonymization tools that kind of hides their identity, hides their location, and that's why it's a little bit difficult for law enforcement agencies to track them. But they've been doing a great job in tracking those individuals and catching them. But there's always going to be somebody who's going to be hiding somewhere in some basement behind a keyboard doing these kind of activities.
Regardless, data breaches will continue to be common, and keeping your information safe just comes down to good cyber hygiene.
Don't feel guilty if you are a victim of a breach. Don't panic, stay calm, and go through the process of freezing and monitoring your accounts. But the basic cyber hygiene tools, again, keep your software up to date, keep your browsers up to date, avoid phishing links, clicking on random links here and there. Be cautious about these social engineering kind of attacks that try to steal your information.
And again, Mansour says the best thing to do if you discover your information was leaked is to freeze your accounts, watch them closely, and if needed, you can call the FTC's Social Security Theft Hotline. John.
Some good advice. Thank you, Matt.
But I was talking about this the other night. All that information has been out. Social Security just got leaked tonight again. They just keep doing it, you guys. This is just crazy. Feeling that one. Do y'all remember not too long ago a whistleblower? They said had committed suicide. He was going against Obama and some others. But there's a twist in this story now.
In the death investigation of a government whistleblower, his body found in Amador County.
His death first believed to be suicide, but now investigators are backtracking.
CBS 13's Rick Boone with what detectives are now saying.
66-year-old Philip Haney, a former DHS officer, was known in D.C. circles as a person who never held back his opinions, even about his boss, President Barack Obama.
I was told to remove all unauthorized references to terrorism.
Testifying to Congress as a whistleblower about Obama, claiming that the then president was not taking the threat of terrorism seriously.
I would like to show you now the logo of the Muslim Brotherhood, the moderate organization that this administration chose to ally itself with.
In 2016, Haney even wrote a book, See Something, Say Nothing, highlighting his concern.
We've been inundated with a lot of theories of what may have taken place. You know, we're looking at everything.
Haney was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound in Amador County over the weekend.
Everything we saw on scene is consistent with somebody putting a gun to themselves and pulling the trigger. Now, we're not making a statement that this was in fact suicide.
Previous reports did indicate Haney's death was a suicide, but deputies haven't made that determination as of yet. His body was found in a car in this park and ride that's along Highway 16. It's less than 3 miles from where he lived in an RV park. Investigators are not saying if foul play was involved. Deputies say it is a standard to analyze these type of incidents before any ruling can be made.
Every death that occurs in the county, when it comes to something like this, we treat and look at it as a homicide until we prove otherwise.
Now, the FBI is part.
Yes, I'm posting them, Joseph, on Telegram. They should already be on there. I've already posted most of them on there. Yeah. So you guys, that one, he was supposed to come clean about something, and he had facts to back it up. Supposedly self-inflicted gunshot wound, but now they're saying that they found his body and it wasn't self-inflicted, which we knew that. If you're a whistleblower, sad but true, they Clintonize you. I should say that. They Clintonize your ass. Period. Clearly, I was just saying that, Devil Dog. Hillary Clinton met him the night. I believe you're right. I believe you are correct. All right,
Breaking news, and it is about Mpox, or what used to be known as monkeypox. The WHO is saying that it is a public health emergency of international concern. That's according to the WHO Director General, who's speaking at the moment. It had been declared a public health emergency in Africa, I think yesterday, and now the WHO is basically saying that it is a public health emergency of international concern. That's monkeypox, a highly infectious disease that has hit parts of Africa.
You're right, Lee. It's another deep state operation assassinate and then plant as a suicide with them. You notice that there is a lot coming out about this monkeypox. They're trying to turn it into the pandemic, another pandemic. If scare attack is, I won't tell you my conspiracy theories, or I should say my theories on some things. Y'all would say I was a freaking nut job if I did. He got Clintonized. Yeah, for sure. I really hated to see this post. I was going to get a bit of a clip of her, but I didn't. Jenna Rowland's dad at 94, the Notebook star, passed away at her California home 2 months after revealing she had Alzheimer's battle. Isn't that interesting? She played that role of having Alzheimer's in the movie, and she passed away. That's one of my favorite movies, if everybody wants to know. I love the Notebook. So, Rebel, I've got that one. Thank you. So yeah. Also, attention's needed. Jennifer Lynn Lawrence, very trustworthy. She has a friend who is down in Mexico and crosses the border often. He is telling me that over 300,000 Venezuelans have arrived today in Tijuana alone. When he went to cross the U.S. border, this is what he told me. They didn't even ask my identity, document, or passport. They were just waving everyone on. It was really weird. What the hell is happening? And there they are, folks. Lining up. It goes all the way. I mean, it just keeps going. It keeps going. Mad cow disease, monkeypox, elephant pox, murder hornets, and what else are they? Well, they've got the mosquitoes that carry something. Big distractions again to get people off the elections when they will do mail-in ballots. Bingo. Bingo. Control the food, control the population, the people, and sickness, control the people. Absolutely. More new voters. They all have Harris 24 shirts. I wouldn't doubt if they did, truthfully, Devil Dog. I wouldn't doubt if they did have them. I didn't look at the pictures, too. No, I don't see any on them, but we saw that with Biden 2024. Wasn't they wearing shirts for him and they were like praising Biden and everything? A reliable friend sent me this. The U.S. Civil Defense News. You can go look it up. Iran warns that airlines to avoid Western airspace tonight due to live weapons fire. That's what they released on U.S. Civil Defense News. You can go look that up, Joseph. I know you like to know the sources. Stay focused behind what the media and social media pumps. Because of an information war, they want to keep the narrative in power. They want to hide the truth. Absolutely. Absolutely. So they'll push all the other propaganda out in front of it. And anything, yes, at the border with Biden church. And with anything, you guys, do you ever notice that anytime anything comes out about Hunter, we had all those train derailments when that information come out about Hunter. Gosh, what else did we have? Every time any information new comes out, something else they try to use to take it off of what's truly going on. Exactly, Lee. Stay focused. Keywords of the day. I'll leave you with this tweet. This was one that was years back. It was a direct quote that Kamala Harris made on January 21st, 2021. You can go back and check. She's probably deleted it by now. These Trumpers think we care about the Constitution. We have the power now. It's time to end this. They really don't get it. We will block them in the courts. We will use federal law enforcement and military. After Joe inflicts the death blow, I'll take the reins. They will beg me for a loaf of bread. I remember actually a voice audio hearing this as well. Sure do. Sure do. Guys, you just got to keep smart, keep your head on a swivel, and pay attention to things because this country is getting crazy and it is going out of hand. But we have a loving Father that puts his hand of protection, a hedge of protection around us. And I know at the end of the day, he's watching over us. So things have to play out. Sometimes I am not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I see how crazy things are going and coming out, and I'm like, everything I'm seeing has got to be a movie. I do. Sometimes I do think that because it is so crazy seeing everything. But then we have to be truth seekers and we have to sit here and we have to put the truth out there for the people who don't know. So I'm going to try to dig up as much as I can on stuff that I was going through about 2.5 years ago because I'm realizing the stuff that I posted 2.5 years ago is coming out now. And that way we can refresh other people's memories, people who don't know much about it, but will by the time we get the information out there. But if you guys go all the way back on the Telegram, I believe it goes back about 2 years. You're going to see the videos on there and on the other accounts as well if you go back. But I have every video. It just takes time to find them. History does repeat itself. They always use fear tactics to try to get the majority to hide and run. But God always restores righteousness, justice, and peace. And God never loses. I think we'll end it on that note. What do you think? Lee, thank you. Thank you, Devil Dog Joseph. Grandma, I don't know if she's still in here or not. My T. Christy. Hey, Gravel. But everyone, that is the end of our show. I better get up in a few hours and go to work. I want to say I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you, everybody on YouTube and on X as well. Please make sure you like and follow and you share. Be back here tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Have a pretty good show waiting tomorrow night. And you guys, I'm going to post some information about it. We're going to have a special guest on here Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Have a lot to say, very informative information. And I think you'll enjoy the show on Saturday. But we will be here tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. And I can't wait to see you guys back here again. But until then, everyone, please stay safe. Keep your head on a swivel. And always say your prayer before your feet hit the ground for our country, for Trump, and for whatever else that you need to your family. Because right now, there is power in prayer. And that is exactly what we need at this time. And with that, God bless you guys and have a blessed night. And Country Crazy out.